Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? Well, we're round the back of the little supermarket on the main road in Stroumbi, and we just picked up a car. If you're curious to know why Mr. Paul is wiggling and waggling in the rear lanes of the little village known as Stroumbi. This is the Paphos supermarket. But if you come in on the main road through Stroumbi, you're going to see it. And we're going to take a left, and we're on the main road now from Paphos to Paphos. So we're going to go from Stroumbi to Paphos. One thing's for sure, you're going to get some great views. And, well, there's a little bit of haze in the sky due to the humidity and a little bit of dust storm, but it's still rather blue. And another thing that's for sure is the sea is looking very blue. When I looked out my morning in 6 o'clock this morning, that's the time that Paul starts normally, 6:30 I leave the house. I'm telling you that sea was unbelievably blue. Mr. Paul, guess what? He's dressed head to toe in blue. All that's missing is you. So sit back and relax. We're going to go on the little commute from Stroumbi to Paphos. Probably going to take us about 15 minutes, and you're going to get some great views. And of course, if you want to learn the route, this is the route for you. There's a text message coming in. What you're seeing is totally live on the little channel known as Marika and me. Now, I tell people all the time, if you're driving around Paphos, even up in the hills, please stick to around about 60-65 kilometers an hour. The speed limit here is 50. But of course, if you go over 69 and touch that magic 70, if you may have noticed, there's a boys in blue, well, white car, but with blue stripes, and they're dressed in white and blue. And they are the Gumbarus, and they are the police. And of course, they've got an important job to do to try and keep us alive and slow us down. Police station is on the right hand side, so guess what? More often than not, they stand there on the left hand side, or they're on the right hand side and get you whichever way they fancy. And if you're speeding, well, they're going to pull you over and have a word with you. They're not going to beat you, but they're going to give you a ticket. And of course, then you have to go on the Tinternet and you have to, well, use your plastic friend and cough up 60 to 70 euros or so. Now, on that note of funding, if you wonder how the channel is funded, it's all down to you guys, and we do thank you from the bottom of our two hearts. Now and again, if you want to say thank you, say, well, how about go and do a special video for us, or just keep us afloat, as many people like to do. Why not go and hunt us down on the platform known as Buy Me a Coffee? Most people have heard of it now. It's a safe and totally secure platform, and it's a way that allows you to make a contribution to creators. That's what we call. So YouTube channels and many other applications as well. So buymeacoffee.com, but if you Google Buy Me a Coffee, Marika and me, up will come our landing page. There's a little bit of information on there. There's a caricature and one or two bits and bobs about Marika and me. And of course, you can also check to see who else has bought us coffees, see what they've said, and you can read the replies. Why not? It's something interesting most people say. So if you'd like to buy us a coffee or two, please do, and we will thank you very much indeed. You can also help us on YouTube itself, where you've got the thumbs up. That tells YouTube that you like what you've seen. Doesn't cost you a penny, doesn't get to your bank details, any of that kind of thing if you're worried about it. You can also scroll across. Well, you can also subscribe, by the way. That doesn't cost you a penny either. It just tells us that perhaps you like us, and again tells YouTube to recommend our little channel to more like-minded people like yourselves. But if you keep scrolling across, you've got the shorts, you've got the download, and you've got a heart-shaped button with a red $sign in the middle, and that's the thanks button. And again, you can connect one of your plastic friends to that to make a one-off donation, $1, $5, $1 million, and we'll say thank you very much indeed. Now, we are wiggling and waggling through the countryside on the outskirts of Stroumbi. The next point we're going to come to at the top of the hill is a place called Tasada, and that's pretty high. It's around about 650 meters above Paphos, and of course, if you happen to live there or holiday there, you're going to get a spectacality of a view down across Paphos town and out into the abyss of the blue Mediterranean Sea. So don't click off just yet, because in another couple of minutes you are going to get a view. In the words of Lady so sweet Caroline, quite simply, a view to die for. But anyway, Lady so sweet Caroline, the road surface around here is not too bad, but always make sure that you've got your memory foam pillow tucked under your arm, just in case you need to cushion your sweet bottom from the unevenness and the or should we call them the potholing that's in and around Paphos. But hey, just before you do, go and pour a tot or two for the superstar, the legend on the channel, and of course your partner in crime, and his name is Lord Nigel of the Big Guns. And of course you're coming to Paphos in November. We're almost in September, so of course November, well, it's not far away, is it? Miss Kula is starting to prepare. She's dancing the Chuchka up and down the Gate of Paphos Promenade because she knows that Mr. Nigel, Lord Nigel, isn't it, is going to come into that shop and probably buy a watch or two. Lady Oh So Sweet Caroline knows that she's going to be treated well as well, and will probably get a trinket or two. And guess what? There's something coming to the channel in about another week or so, and it's called an XJ. So there we are. Lord Nigel will be getting excited as well. Probably going to chuck him in the boots and ferry him here and ferry him there. What a beautiful day it is, by the way. I had a message this morning off a guy, and he said I had to go to work this morning in the dark. So big shout out to you, so Mart. And we hope you drive carefully. We hope you switch your lights on. And of course, those frostier mornings are unfortunately not that far away. So please take care when you're driving into the biggest Volkswagen parts dealership in the world. And of course, Lady Andrea, please be careful when you're heading off to the school, because we'd like to see you over and over again. Now, last night we met some absolute superstars in the harbour, and if you're looking for us, that's where you're going to find us. We storm the harbour at around about 8 PM at this time of year, and then after that we go and chill out in the Pelican restaurant on the building side, so not on the restaurant side where they're serving all the food, on the more casual side. So if you want to come and sit with us, please come over. If we're with someone else, that doesn't matter. Everybody is equal and everybody is our friends, and we know that we are your friends. So just come over, say hi. If you want to sit down, you sit down. If you just want to say hi, say hi. And last night we had the great honour to be sitting with Neil, who likes to be called Phil, and sometimes I call him Simon, but his name is Neil. Kerry was there, his wife, and of course Alexa and Steph was there as well. And we had a great time indeed. And also Simon was there, Jessica was there, Mandy was there, the girl that likes to lift Mr. Paul up, and of course her little gangster brother known as Mr. Alex. And wow, we had a fabulous time. And 2 or 3 other couples came over as well to say hello, Yasu Gumbaro. And I tell you what, it melts our hearts and it touches our souls. Please come and say hello. We'd like to meet the world. And you never know, we might get a Coke, and we might even teach the world to sing and put a bit of fun and happiness out there. There's a lot of grief in the world, and there always has been, and of course there always will be. Me and Marika and me, the channel is about a bit of fun and a bit of games. Some people don't like us, we understand that. That's always going to be that way. But it does appear that quite a few people do like us. In fact, a lot of people. And that's coming across in the channel. We understand that some people like to be on camera, some people don't want to be on camera. Most videos now we probably see 1 or 2 people on camera, or there's someone waving in the background. And please forgive my rudeness yesterday. There was a gentleman and his wife that was waving to us from the Stevie's restaurant, and I do apologise. I spotted you and then I was sidetracked, and then unfortunately I continued to go. But please don't take it as an insult. You just need to wave that little bit harder. And when I watched the video back, I understood, oh my God, I've been rude, and I don't mean to be rude. I'm really sorry. Please come and see us in the Promenade and Harbour area. Join us in the Pelican, and we'll make sure that you get a daiquiri or 2. Now, look at that for a view. As promised, a view to die for is coming into the viewfinder. Now and again you're seeing it as we go around this next series of bends. I promise you're going to get the spectacality of a view straight across the rooftops of uptown, midtown and downtown Cayo Paphos. And it is a view to die for, and many people recognise it. There's lots of people watching our videos that have never even been to Paphos, but they know that view is a view to die for, and they know if they come to Paphos, they're going to get a great holiday, a tremendous welcome from the people and the town. And I promise you, if you come here on your holidays, you're going to want to come again and again. There's something quite special about Paphos. Other resorts have got it, obviously, but Paphos is one of those resorts. It's a resort that makes you relaxed. It's a resort that takes your troubles away. And there's many people who say exactly the same thing. So get yourself on that big bird, on that canoe, and start paddling like crazy, because Paphos Cyprus, the island of love, Marika and me and all of the superstars in the downtown Cape of Paphos harbour area are waiting especially for you. And we really, really are, and we mean that from the bottom of our two hearts. The little channel known as Marika and Me is a channel about the wanderings around of the most beautiful woman in the world. Her name is Marika, or to give her a screen title, Miss Ochin Gracidia Labouth. And if you're wondering what Ochin Gracidia Labouth means, it's Russian and it means very beautiful love. Ochin is very, Gracidia is beautiful, Labouth is love. Although I'm saying it with a bit of a twang in the accent, and there's one or two people out in the Ukraine, Russia, Georgia that watch it, including Marika's mum, Miss Hope, and every time I say Labouth, she laughs, because of course I'm saying it slightly different. Mr. Paul is the godfather, and he likes to get his tongue around words and change them. Perhaps if you're coming to a hotel just on the outside of Paphos and you can't pronounce it, because I can't, it's called the King Elephant. Of course, that's the King, I don't know, King Elephant. Lots of people have stayed there, and they Google it, King Elephant, and nothing comes up, of course, but it's the King Leviathan Hotel. There we go. The descent has started. This is Uptown Paphos. The Atlas Coffee Shop is coming up on the right. There it is. Big white letters on a black sign. And just about half an hour ago, we got to sit there with Sir Philip. Yes, Sir Philip. Philip? Well, you never know. His wife, Cleta May, or Cleta. I get my tongue round it, but she doesn't mind being called Sita. She doesn't mind being in charge of all the telecom authority of Paphos. So Sita, when he comes home, don't forget to fillet him, especially for Mr. Nigel and me. And we'll come round, put some chips and a bit of frozen veg with it, and guess what? We will feast our eyes and we will digest. And if there's enough of him, we'll bring the two lords, Lord Jeremy and Lord Simon, from damp and dreary Cardiff, because they're on a diet at the moment. They're trying to slim down their juppers, and then they're going to come to Paphos in November. Oh yeah, and we're going to go on a trek around Paphos and see just how much free food that we can find and consume. In fact, we're going to take big bags with us, big doggy bags, yes, and we're going to wander around, and we're going to upset the living daylights out of one or two guys. And well, they've got Paul in their name, but with a small p, and one's got a little g and one's got a little r. So don't forget to come back for them, because we know that it really annoys you. But of course, all the people that give us free food love us. There we go. This is Masoi Avenue, one of the, well, it's the street in Cyprus where all the big shops are. Whether it be furniture, whether you want a compressor, whether you want your car accessories, that's Druthiossus there. So anything from number plates to alarms and parking sensors, that sort of stuff. There's a big new electrical shop that's open there. You've got car dealers, Sports Direct, a familiar brand to most of our viewers, because primarily our viewers are British. But we do have one or two other superstars as well. We've got a girl called Miss Hope over in Russia, and of course, we's in love with you, Miss Hope. We really are. We've got a superstar, and she's a lady all the way over in downtown Krakow in Poland. Oh yeah. And she's my Lady Anna, my superstar. She's the greatest lawyer in the world, and on top of all of that, she's a judge as well. She's got a star in her life. That's Mr. Thomas, who's one of the greatest doctors in the world. And of course, they have a son, a superstar amongst superstars. He's a Viscount, and of course he's a great friend of mine. We hope that you've passed your driving test. We know that you will. Otherwise your mum will, well, arrest the instructor and lock him up and send him away for the rest of his life. And then your dad will go wrong and break his arms as well. But Viscount Bart, I'm talking to you. We know that you will be the greatest lawyer in the world once your mother is retired, which is a while yet, because she's only a young lady, but we know that when she retires, you will take over the mantle as the greatest lawyer in the world, and we are proud to say that you are our friends, and one day I'll be calling on your legal services, I have no doubt. There's other stars that like to watch the show. We've got a girl who's in charge of our show, and of course her name is Dame Anne, and She's in downtown Hartlepool Marina as we speak, dusting off her yacht because she's getting ready to set sail for downtown Paphos, and she'll be sailing into the Paphos harbour in less than 2 weeks and booking herself into the Alexander the Great Hotel, one of the best hotels in Paphos. We understand there's a few people going to be there in September. Lady Nessie, Sir Andy, they're coming in. We've got Fiona Cameron and Brian, they're coming in. And of course the list goes on and on and on. And we're looking forward to seeing you all, and we're going to have a great time indeed. This is the crossroads at the bottom of Masoya Avenue. We're going to go straight across, and then we will start our descent into Midtown Paphos. So if you want to see that little video, don't forget to come back. Miss Andrea, I think you're in charge of the red lights as usual. I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and come back for a little bit more of our madness. A good morning to you, Lord Julian, Lady Bridget. We know you're having the time of your lives. Enjoy each other and have a great day